So I'm Jen Anesi-Brombach, and I am a journalist. I am educated here in Rochester at Oakland University. That's my undergraduate alma mater. And graduate school was, yeah, I heard some clapping, yeah. And then graduate school was Wayne State University. So, and I do occasionally teach in the Department of Journalism at Oakland University. So Beth, where's Beth? She's, so she's a fellow, communications person. That's my department. So I am here today, and I'm going to be such a millennial with my phone, with my notes, because I'm terrified right now to be up here. I am not up here because this is something that I enjoy doing. I'm up here because I feel like I have a really important message to impart to the people here. So if my voice is shaking and my hands are shaking and I'm looking at my notes, I'm terrified. So first of all, you probably have noticed that I am not dressed like the other women here. I'm dressed down, and I've got my Plumbing Goddess shirt on, which I acquired from one of our advertisers for my magazine, who's Michigan-based, Brasscraft, and I love this shirt because it just screams empowerment. I love it. You know, it's a skilled trades, plumbing, I love it. So I'm wearing this to kind of illustrate that there are careers out there where you can be extremely successful without having a 4-year degree, with having hands-on training, with having hands-on skills, and you can be extremely successful, you know, being in this field. So that's why I'm dressed the way I am. Normally I wear the monkey suit at work, you know, 5 days a week, but here we are. So this is going to be my bold statement, my mic drop. I personally believe you do not have to have a 4-year degree to be successful. Thank you. So, and I have a clicker, okay. All right, so here we go. I'm going to state my case. So the skilled trades, for those who don't know, I think most of you do, but that's, you know, plumbing, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, stationary engineers, boiler operators, controls engineers. My husband is a boiler operator, controls engineer at Wayne State, and these are, you know, the hands-on skilled trades jobs that I'm talking about. They do require training. They do require skills, and they are very excellent careers. So the problem that I see with the 4-year college degree, which I have one, it took a while too. I'll tell you that story in a minute. The problem with these degrees is that the price of getting a 4-year college degree has tripled after adjusting for inflation since the 1980s. You used to be able to work a part-time job, pay for most of your tuition by yourself, and you would come out of school with maybe a little bit of debt, and you could pay that debt off, and you'd be okay. That is not the case anymore. I'm just going to take a poll here. How many of you have a 4-year college degree and still have college debt, student loan debt? Yeah, there's a fair number of us here. I walked away from my undergraduate degree, where I had partial scholarships, with $42,000 in student loan debt, just for my undergraduate degree. And then I went back and I did my master's and got another $42,000 in student debt. 42 is a great number. The answer to life, the universe, and everything, right? So these degrees are not inexpensive. And graduation rates, believe it or not, have not necessarily gone up in the past, I believe, decade or so. It's remained pretty stagnant. The graduation rate right now for a 4-year program, the 6-year graduation rate is 60%. Yes. So of all these, you know, high school seniors that we're shoving into the 4-year college program, so many of them are not prepared. So many of them don't necessarily even want to be there. And 60% of them will not get that degree. But they will probably get some student loan debt out of that too. And these degrees are not always necessarily marketable. I know a lot of people. I worked at a Starbucks finishing my undergraduate degree. Some of the smartest people, I swear to God, some of the smartest people you ever meet are Starbucks baristas. I swear to God. One person there was getting a degree in nuclear engineering. She actually does use her degree, but there were people there who were getting degrees in art history, people getting degrees in anthropology, and most of those people to this day, if they did finish their degree, that's not the field that they're in because it wasn't necessarily marketable. And then, of course, college is not for everybody. Not everybody is meant to, you know, learn that way, to sit in a classroom, to sit for 4 years in a classroom. Like, oh my gosh, it took me 2 tries and I think six years total, for me to get that done. And so here's why the skilled trades are excellent careers. How many of you in the last, say 5 years, have had to call a plumber out to your house? Raise your hand, please. Yeah, okay, so like everyone. Or an HVAC technician, or, exactly, see, hands are going up, yes. So, because I don't know how to fix the air conditioner. I can install a toilet, but that's about as far as my plumbing skills go. I'm like, I can't do these things. I have called plumbers. So these jobs, my point is, they cannot be outsourced. You can't, as a plumber, fix someone's toilet remotely. It doesn't work. So, so these jobs are, and they're in every community. Everybody has a toilet. I hope everybody has a toilet. Showers too, bathtubs, air conditioners, boilers, furnaces. And unless you are insanely talented, you can't fix these things on your own or install a new one if it is beyond repair. So these are careers and jobs that are in every community. You can take it, you can pick up, you can move wherever, and you can have a job. And there's excellent upward mobility. So if you start out as a tech, maybe you even start out as an apprentice where you actually get paid incrementally higher levels the more trained you become, then you can, you earn money while you're doing this and you're getting a free education. So you don't even have to go to tech school necessarily. And there are also some employers who hire entirely based on personality. I actually did an interview. We have this Truck of the Month feature. It's more of a profile on plumbing companies that are doing great things. And this company has grown their business. They've doubled it every year over year. And now they're at like $25 million in sales after 4 years, I think. They're killing it. And I was like, what is your secret? Like, how are you doing this? And they said, we don't hire techs. It's like, well, what are you talking about? You don't hire techs. It's like, we hire personalities. Like, you can train someone to do these things, to do this work. You cannot train someone to have a good personality. So they will literally, like he said, he hired one tech who was like a grocery bagger because this kid had a great attitude, was great with the customers, and he's like, how would you like to learn how to be a plumber? You can support your family on this degree, or in this career. And the kid was like, of course. And he's killing it now too. So, and I'm taking up way too much time, sorry. So, a little look at the numbers here. It's a little terrifying. Insanely more affordable to get a trade education than a 4-year degree. So where are the women? Well, this is interesting. 98% of workers in the skilled trades are male. Only less than 2%, actually, I think it's 1.4% is the average, are female. There is a huge opportunity here, but there's a massive lack of awareness. Most schools will not tell you these careers exist. Most, high school counselors may not even be aware of themselves that these are incredibly good jobs that pay a lot of money. We can go back here. You can see average income for plumbers, $57,000 a year. Average income for people who have a bachelor's degree, $59,000. Extraordinarily comparable. And there's also, unfortunately, some gender discrimination. I have stories to tell. You can come up to me after the talk. I've received letters saying I shouldn't be doing my job because I'm a female, and what do I know about air conditioning, plumbing, heating? Oh, yes. We've gotten like snail mail too. Won't leave their name or anything, but these are hurdles that we can overcome, and it all starts right here. Awareness, right? So, yeah, this is a huge advantage. Women can be extremely successful in this career because women tend to trust other women. Who's usually home when the plumber comes? Usually the woman. Who usually calls the plumber? Yeah. And as a woman, would you rather see a competent female coming in or, well, that's not a fair question, but you wouldn't, I'd be thrilled to see a female plumber coming in. So how can we help? My 5-step plan. It all starts with awareness. That's probably step 0. So then we need to kill this stigma and this idea that the skilled trades aren't valid as a career, completely valid. And then you can identify the women in your community. Maybe this means, high school students, middle school students. You can determine where and how you reach them. Go into the schools. If anybody here from Rochester Community Schools wants me to come in and talk to your students, I will absolutely do that. I will be scared the whole time. I will be just like this. but I will do it. And then, just take action. Visit the schools, talk to students. Next time you call a plumber in, tell your friends, oh, I called a plumber. It's like, man, they were so good at their job. Do you know how much money plumbers make? This is a great career. So you just spread the word, and then you can be a mentor too. This is something I'd like to start doing soon too, is becoming a mentor, being a part of organizations such as Women in HVACR. There's organizations for women in the trades, and there's so many opportunities where you can just, lift other women up. There's such an opportunity here for women in the trades. And I feel that if we continue to spread the awareness and lift them up and let them know it's okay, this is not man's work. Women can do this. If they're telling you, oh, well, you can't do that because you can't lift that. No, OSHA says you're not supposed to lift something that heavy anyway. You have to team lift it, right? So women can absolutely do these jobs. And here's some resources. And if anybody has any questions, please come up to me afterwards, email me, get a hold of me, and that's all I got for you. I know I went over my time, sorry. Thank you.